Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. And today we'll be trying to understand the film Spirited Away. And if you haven't watched it, then first go it, and then you can come back and try to understand this, because I'm going to try to tell what I felt about the movie. Why is it considered to be you know a masterpiece? And yeah, and so this video is not structured, and I'm just I've just written the like I don't know I've just written the things to discuss. Yeah. So obviously, Away is a great movie, and it's a great watch. But for many of us, if you watch for the first time, it won't hit you. You will feel that what was so masterpiece about it. But if you watch it again and again, then you will start understanding it. Yeah, of course, you will only understand it when you try to understand. And so, if you are interested in movies, cinema, then only you will be able to understand, right? So, yeah. So let's one of the most important things about Spirited Away is it covers a lot of themes. For example, a lot of different themes. For example, consumerism, capitalist, memory, environmentalism, work culture, identity, memory. So let's first discuss about the memory. When Chihiro's parents become pigs, then she is very scared, and Haku comes and meets her, and he says, "Try to remember your name. If you forget your name, then you will forget your identity, and then you will fade away." So this is very painful and a very emotional theme to watch. And if you when you look into the film, when you watch the film, you see that Chihiro is does fade away, does start fading away. So so she goes to the bathhouse to work. So there, the witch, who is the Yubaba, uh, she makes everyone work. So the system of the bathhouse is that if you don't work, then you will also fade away, right? So you'll have to work in order to remember your name and all that, in order to remember your identity. So Chihiro works, and yeah, in the bathhouse also. The bathhouse is a very important system to understand, which resembles the modern work culture. So there we see that everyone is working. All the souls are working. We don't know. They're just repeating everything day to day. And almost everyone has forgotten their name, and nobody remembers why they are doing that, right? But only Chihiro remembers her name, and she like understands why she keeps on holding her identity grassroots. She does not forget it, right? She does not forget it, right? So now the culture of the system of the bathhouse, it resembles the modern world, right? Like we start new jobs, go to different cities, and we just whatever we start doing it. Maybe it's a new world, maybe new culture, and then we forget where we came from, where we started, and why we started, which is very important to remember, right? So I think this was one thing that I really found interesting, and it's very uh it's very heart touching, right? And yeah, so it's very important to remember one's name, where you come from. Yeah. And then another theme that was very important is environmentalism. So when that spirit comes into the bathhouse, who is very dirty, and yeah, everyone is like disgusted looking at the spirit, and Chihiro is given that job. And when she takes out the thing which is stuck inside the spirit, uh she finds that that spirit is actually a river. And uh, and we see that there are a lot of things inside the spirit, right? uh, there are chairs, there are tables, and there are lots of other different garbages, which actually is like human garbage. So that means that the humans have polluted the rivers, and the river has gone to the bathhouse to fix himself. So environmentalism is also like, so of course there are a lot of character development. uh, so let's first talk about Chihiro is initially very scared, dependent, uh, she's not so confident, and she's uh, very like fragile. But at the end of the film, you see that she's confident, and she's so kind and passionate. And yeah, so that is one. And Haku is uh, also very submissive, but at the end, he becomes confident, and then he's out of the prison, like not out of the prison. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, I want to talk about Long Face. So Longfish at first is very weird, creepy, and we see that Longfish is very alone in life. All he wants is love and a connection. And that, so when he goes into the bathhouse, he first eats the frog, then he starts eating everyone. And then he realizes that people want gold. So he starts giving gold. And he also gives gold to Chihiro, but Chihiro does not want gold. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, kids stop being like kids in this world. So she doesn't want gold. She wants to save her friends. And then there, Longface realizes that there is something even important than home. And so at the house of Zeniva, he feels at peace, right? He feels at home. He feels a connection. He feels loved. So Longface is mirror of the society. If you keep him in a system that is corrupt, then that Longface will get corrupt. If you keep in a place where there is love, then he will be calm and full of love. Yeah. So you don't say anything in that film. The dialogue, like in the train scene, there is a very like there is no dialogue, and everyone is just there. Just be yourself, but you can feel the connection, right? So yeah, from the dialogue, I realized that I haven't talked about the dialogues. uh there is a garden scene in which Chihiro and Haku are sitting, and Chihiro is eating. Haku gives something Chihiro to eat, and then, like, it's a like 2-3 minute scene, I think. And then she's eating, and then she starts crying. So there is no dialogue. And that is like those things. If you like really want to understand cinema, you should notice those things. There is no dialogue, but still it gives the emotions, right? Yeah.